Let me just tell you, I am so happy to see that Maya is alive and well, and that the professor is no longer gold, which means he may be worthless, but he's alive.
Miss Maya and I were exploring the main room in the ruins, and we were reunited with Luke and Maya, I guess, but she's not important. And Mr. Wright as well, but he's not important either. As fortune would have it, Mr. Wright and Miss Cantabella were there with him, but they don't count.
I helped you get out of there, but whatever.
And narrating here about the beginning, mentioned to us by the great witch they mentioned earlier. With all of us united once again, I am confident I can press on and get to the bottom of this mystery.
Oh, no, Professor. You're not hogging the screen time.
You can watch.
Now, the downside of our situation is that since Layton now has Dick Layton's arm, Dick Layton's fully possessed Herschel Layton, so...
It's all come down to this.
Yeah.
That certainly looks important. Whoa, what's with the sudden chill? Are there ghosts here?
Sorry, I poured
cold very
water
old.
down your back.
I can't begin to guess how long it's been here.
What are we, some kind of archaeologist team here? Oh, a hint coin in the fire!
Actually, Mr. Wright, I am an archaeologist.
I am what?
You just put your hand in the fire to grab money.
Again.
Look, these these coins are lost. Nobody's around claiming them.
It's not bad that Felix is burning his hands in order to get these coins.
Yeah, you're American. What about your medical bills? Jeez.
Hey, I've climbed to the top of buildings to get hint coins.
Again.
To be fair, we do get a glimpse on how the healthcare system works in the Ace Attorney universe in a couple of the games.
Yeah, they let creepers wander around the woods.
You heard here first, folks. Layton is one of those Mario Odyssey players that climbs into that structure to get that pile of coins.
Goodness gracious. Well, I guess if he can side loop around them, he's all fine for that.
Look! It looks like there's a little keyhole.
I know what I said. But we don't have a key. Pedro, I am obviously referencing the Sonic and Mario crossover that will in fact be a thing by the time that this commentary is published.
Sure.
Nick, what would you do without me? Zvari, the professor and I found this back in the side room over
Maya,
there.
stop trying to make that cat race happen.
It technically was a thing, before the guy who coined it got arrested.
It's not a good catchphrase.
I'm stealing it now. He didn't copyright it, so it's mine.
This is literal cultural appropriation.
It appears this key belongs to this door. Hey, now my catchphrases are to the point and easily understood.
Now watch as Maya the Magnificent works her magic and opens the door. Please hold your applause.
Oh, this ought to be good.
Well, actually, Layton, technically you got your catchphrase from your friend Randall.
Who?
Take that!
Hey, wait a minute. That's my line.
You're surprised?
Probably should have tried to read with open sesame.
What seems to be the matter, Miss Faye?
What gives? This key won't work. Maybe it's fake.
Oh yeah, sure. Blame forgery for your mistakes.
I like how your first instinct is to think the key is fake, instead of just belonging to another door.
Let us not hastily jump to any conclusions. Look closely here. It appears this key is part of a puzzle.
Oh, gee, what a shock! Of course it's a puzzle. Next you'll be telling me my hair is part of a puzzle. Right, a puzzle, you say?
Yeah, puzzle number 582. Why is Phoenix Wright's hair so shit?
Well, actually, Phoenix, there's this puzzle in Curious Village about two barbers. So...
Team up progression will not be as easy as we thought.
Alright then. If it's a puzzle that needs solving, that's your cue, Professor.
Naturally. Now you two stand here and watch a master at work. Oh, hang on a minute. No, not quite, Mr. Wright.
What?
This puzzle requires your particular expertise because...
Make up your mind! Wait, me?
Don't worry, I will give my reasons. Your unique way of thinking, i.e. blind guessing, may be crucial to finding the solution. Do not worry, you'll do...
Your unique way of thinking, that's...
I'm sorry, I can't finish that sentence.
Oh, come on, I'm not a buffoon. I handled just fine without you.
Remember, you have seen many different kinds of puzzles during our time here in Labyrinthia. All 4 of them, maybe. I believe you are now well prepared for tackling any number of puzzles that may come your way.
Don't be an elitist prick, he's new to this.
I'm not
You have
exactly
4
sure
puzzles.
that's true, but... Actually, no, I'm pretty sure I've done more than 4 puzzles.
Well,
But-
6, maybe.
If there are any contradictions in this puzzle, I'll do my very best to point them out. Also, excuse me, I don't think you've been following me and Maya around when we were doing investigating, so how
I
would
have
you
the
even know?
script.
So yeah, I like how that one has a unique opening for this puzzle.
Yeah.
This is puzzle 57, the objectionable lock. There appears to be an intricate keyhole in the middle of a massive door. An inscription on the door reads, "The key to proceeding is in the key." If you recall, Maya tried unlocking the door with the key, but it would not turn. Strange indeed. So we need to look at this from a different angle. It doesn't seem to work from this angle. Yes, this is quite possibly the most unique puzzle in the entire game. Because this one has story bits going on during it.
The key just won't turn. It gets stuck halfway through.
It's like Maya said. There must be some specific way of unlocking it.
Or breaking it?
Oh, here we go.
You just need to flip your way of thinking, that's all.
Hey, that's another one of my lines.
Well, you weren't saying it.
You didn't trademark it either.
It could be that we just need to flip the key, too.
That's Maya for you. Just jumps on the things that aren't copyrighted.
That's it, Maya. The key is in how you hold the key. Let's give it another shot.
So what do we do? Tell the key off?
How do you do that to a key unless it's a keyblade?
Yeah.
There you go.
You're supposed to use it backwards if I recall correctly.
Huh? It's still not working, but we've tried everything. It just won't open.
Just break the door down then. I'm
Maybe
sorry.
Phoenix was right. Maybe it is for another, door.
There must be some other way the key fits into the keyhole.
Perhaps it would be wise to reevaluate our way of thinking.
After all,
Clearly, Mr. Wright isn't working.
Also, that portrait is Layton's Curious Village
this is like
sprite.
the puzzle to end all puzzles.
Also, seeing Phoenix from the front is so cursed.
Yes!
Come on, Nick, quit your whining.
What, who's
Where's that
whining? Anyways, maybe we should try a little courtroom thinking on this one.
Phoenix very much does have that staring into your soul
Like-
kind of.
Hold it!
What are you gonna do? Point at the key?
What? So the problem is we haven't been able to figure out what we have to do past this point.
Have you spotted something, Mr. Wright?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why they went with his Curious Village sprite specifically.
Recycling,
Yeah.
The
I get
assets.
that. No, I get that, but you'd think they would use from one of the later games rather than Curious Village.
Don't remember if they have one, from the
Excellent.
front.
Let us clear our heads and give it another go, shall we?
The key to proceeding is in the key. This must have something to do with the true nature of the key itself.
We'll break the key then.
Why?
Because, hey, they said it's in the key, so what we gotta do is break the key and guess what's inside it.
I also like how in this particular puzzle, Phoenix is drawn like more like a Layton character.
I know,
Look at his
right?
arm.
That's so
Look-
cute.
Look at his arm in particular. So.
Objection! The true nature of this puzzle lies in the very key itself.
So while solving this puzzle, Phoenix becomes temporarily British.
Take a closer
Oh,
look at the
no.
key. Notice the small gaps all around? We just have to move this and... There! the key to the key.
There you go.
So what do we do now? Professor, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I think so. Oh, sorry.
Indeed, these pieces appear to fit into something. It's a puzzle within a puzzle.
A puzzle within a... Hey, Mr. Wright, that must mean the area around the keyhole.
Exactly. The pieces are the key, and the space around the keyhole is the real keyhole. Turnabout puzzle! It turns out the key to solving this puzzle was in the key itself. The broken segments of the key seem to fit inside the space surrounding the keyhole. Solve this final piece of the puzzle to continue on. So, as you can imagine, this tends to be a lot of players' favorite puzzle in the game, because just like how the courtroom sections are a mixture of mechanics from Ace Attorney and Layton, here we finally get a puzzle that literally brings in the courtroom mechanics as well. The only problem is, well, this is the only puzzle like this.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think this is the only time we do this.
Which is like, why? Like, honestly, I would have loved if we got more puzzle sessions like this that combine the courtroom antics with the puzzle solving, again, helping it feel like a crossover.
I guess I guess it's one of those things where, remember, every Layton game has like literally hundreds of puzzles in them, so I guess doing it for every single one, maybe I guess was not feasible.
Well, I can definitely get not doing it for every single one, but I think they would have done it for at least more than
Not to mention, if I recall correctly, this game contains, the least amount of number of puzzles compared to the other, main Layton titles.
Is that counting the DLC puzzles as well?
Well, I know nothing about the DLC.
When it comes to this game's DLC is actually story chapters, not DLC puzzles. So yes, technically this is the Layton game that has the least number of puzzles.
Well, no.
And by that same token, Jovah, if I recall correctly, Miracle Mask and Azrael Legacy did add DLC puzzles.
True. Also, one thing to remember is there are puzzles that are attached to the story chapters.
There it is. Okay, fine. If you want to get technical, yeah, but still, remember, every one of the 6 main Layton games has literally a huge of like 365 puzzles to download. So yeah,
correct. The key fits perfectly into the hole once it's broken into smaller pieces.
Why did you cheer up? You didn't do anything.
Whoa, that was awesome, Nick. Who'd have thought the key would have been a completely different
So
form.
that's why we couldn't open the door to darkness.
So considering that it took Phoenix being here to solve this puzzle, and given another tidbit we learned later, if Phoenix hadn't been around, I guess Layton's investigation would have been screwed.
Okay, I understand what you mean, Jovah, but I kinda get the feeling the professor just wanted to throw a bone to him. Knowing Layton, he probably would have been able to solve him by himself.
Okay, maybe Dick Layton-esque, but actual Layton, I don't know why he'd patronize Phoenix like that.
Well, not necessarily, more like, morale boosting more than anything.
Well, I think I'm pretty confident the way Takumi intended was, okay, Herschel saw that this was definitely a contradiction type puzzle, so he thought, well, Mr. Wright, I think this falls more into your field of expertise.
So what you're saying is that he's grooming Phoenix to be an ace puzzle solver in addition to an ace attorney.
You have my facts as well, Mr. Wright.
That actually would make sense, Joe, because remember, that's what Randall did to him in his youth.
So, wow.
Such a bullshit, unique skill set. With our combined efforts, I am confident we can get to the bottom of the mystery's clouding
Our powers
Labyrinthia.
combined, we can end this destructive conflict and bring order to Labyrinthia.
I will say this, though. There are later story bits where Layton does blatantly say that, it's thanks to Phoenix's presence that I was able to solve this properly, which does get me thinking, but...
Okay. If there's one thing that I learned in the game, through this one of these franchise, Jovah, is that Layton always knows what's going on in one way or another. It's how much he tells to his companions and by extension the player that's important. So even in a situation like that, I can't believe he's just, not wanting to clog the spotlight.
Remember, one of the primary inspirations for the character is Sherlock Holmes, and that's the whole thing with Sherlock Holmes is the classic, detective that always solves all the cases type of thing. So.
Yeah, but still, the only reason we even got his arm back was because that pawnbroker returned it. We got really lucky, that's for sure.
Layton is just less of an ass, though.
So,
He's this bit.
Did you say my arm was returned by a pawnbroker, Mr. Wright? If I may ask, what is the particular story behind that?
Let's just say
Don't ask, actually.
It involves a mirror, so that says everything.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, Professor. It's probably best that we keep on moving.
Yeah, good idea, Mr. Wright. Let's go, Professor. It's
The
not
whole
worth...
thing was just a mere inconvenience. We got it back. It's fine.
Right, don't pretend I haven't heard that.
Maybe that's just.
You're what,
Okay,
dear?
the sewer.
Yep. What? There's fire in those statues, and we got a sewer level?
Yeah, hellfire, higher fire. Blah, blah, blah.
It would appear we've stumbled upon yet another very elaborate mechanism here.
Hey, Luke, Espella, check this out.
And then Lautrec shows up. That is a fascinating vehicle. Or mechanism in this case.
Those plants are glowing. Throw him down the sewer. Throw him down the sewer. Throw
I
him down the
was about
sewer.
to say, cut to Maya bathing in the radioactive waste.
Even though the moss looks like it's glowing in the dark, it's
Again,
actually
its radioactive portion is stay near.
it's actually reflecting the light from its surroundings. Its unique cells are responsible for the mysterious green color.
Yeah, it's actually more bioluminescence, I get it.
So it's actually reflecting light. I must say, that's an incredibly detailed explanation, Luke.
It's all a matter of science.
Well, the whole reason we have colors is because of that.
Of course, I am the professor's apprentice after all.
Mr. Wright, don't you know somebody whose science is their main thing?
Yes, I do actually. I think she might get
Luke,
a kick
check
out of
this out.
meeting you.
If you poke the moss, it totally makes your finger glow.
Oh boy.
I say we
didn't
try a little
remember that.
experiment. Stay
God
still.
damn it,
I'm gonna
Maya.
put a whole bunch of moss all over you.
Fucking
Maya,
Maya,
he is
this
a
is serious.
child!
In Animal Crossing, you can make a glowing moss suit and dress. So yes, Maya, dress the boy up.
poor Luke.
That way you'll be as bright as the professor.
No, that's not funny. Please put down that clump of moss, Maya.
Or you could be like other characters and just eat it.
And then watch you sprout several arms and turn into a kaiju monster.
And you get, yeah, and that's the worst that'll happen. It's better you get a stomach food
Maya,
poisoning.
Maya, stop bullying children.
I know you get bullied yourself a lot, but that doesn't mean that you should live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Looks like the tension level just took a big drop, huh?
I think it's about time we saw some smiling faces. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Wright?
Don't mind me,
Okay,
just
very
leaning
true,
on the
we
fourth wall
want
a
to have
bit.
a moment of levity, but still, don't let Maya do anything irrational, please.
Mr. Wright, let's give them some space and explore on ahead ourselves for the time being.
Oh, right, yeah, this is the moment where Phoenix and Layton get
Yes,
to do
Mr.
their
Wright.
own thing.
Ah, yes, Mr. Wright. Let's give Maya some space so she can cover Luke all with moss.
I have my
How
doubts.
adorable.
Professor, it looks like there are letters of some etched into the stone slate. So yes, at long last, folks, the iconic duo of Phoenix and Layton doing some investigating.
Seems to be energy resources. I mean, would appear to be some kind of ancient script.
Come on, I swear to God, it was such a missed opportunity that this ain't the Azran, because it fits with the Azran, it's got tech like the Azran, and again, remember, this was originally supposed to take place during the prequel trilogy, so I would put good money down to think that this was gonna be the Azran. Wait, you said you're an archaeologist, right? So, the professor is an archaeologist trying to uncover the secrets of magic. Sounds like something out of a movie. Wait a minute.
My movie's better than yours.
We'll agree to disagree.
Hey, Nick, what are you and the professor doing over there?
Just leaning on the
Adult
fourth
stuff.
wall, we found some ancient writing on the stone slate.
As for the Azran thing, again, they probably didn't want to throw in any stuff that was going on in the main Layton series, not to confuse Ace Attorney fans who have not played Layton games, most likely.
Kinda dumb as a way of thinking about this drug, if I have to be honest.
I mean, honestly, I don't think mentioning the Azran would have really have confused anyone
That's
that
what
much.
throwaway lines are for anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess.
and again, going off of what we've seen of this game, originally there were going to be references made to other series, but again, stuff happened.
Also, have the person who interacts with the media, take some risks. Like I knew when I played. Well, Sam, actually, I'll wait in the puzzle to actually mention this.
Anyway, okay, turns out I was wrong. That's not really a long moment where just Phoenix and Layton get their own investigation section.
Sure.
My apologies for the wait. I have managed to decipher the script.
Drink more Banang.
Oh, amazing, Professor. So, don't keep us waiting. What's it say?
People who touch moss around here will get poisoned.
My later movie is better than yours. That's exactly what it said.
Is it a clue about witches and magic? Or maybe it's Bazella's secret evil plans for taking over Labyrinthia.
Oh,
all I'll
boy.
say,
It says
all I'll say, Maya, is don't go too high for expectations as to how they portray you. But I am afraid not, Miss Faye. This slate appears to be a warning.
Hey.
Warning?
Oh, it's
Professor?
like in the Alone in the Dark movie. If you already arrived here alive, you're already dead.
So I was right. It's about the moss.
Yes, allow me to read it aloud.
Don't lick the moss.
Heed these words, those who enter through these gates of destruction.
Well, that sounds inviting.
Do
Yay.
not proceed any further,
So come on in.
That sign can't stop me, because I can't read.
or you will soon find yourself haunted with memories most terrifying.
You know, it's funny, Shiroi, that could actually apply literally to Pearl at this point in the franchise, if I recall
Yeah.
correctly.
When this gate is opened and the dreaded sound heard once more throughout,
Oh my god, I'm gonna hear Maya's rap tunes?
the calamity shall befall us once again.
Calamity Ganon?
Oh my god.
The inner sanctum has been locked with the three seals.
Ah, I get it. So it's because of Herschel and Phoenix that Calamity Ganon took over Hyrule Castle.
The
Okay.
first is the seal of Leviathan.
You two are responsible for the death of Urbosa. You
Second
monsters.
is the
Damn.
seal of Despair. That created Danganronpa. And the third is the seal of Sages. Oh my god, this game created Sonic Frontiers!
See, this is Zelda. Seal of the Sages. Yeah, this is Zelda.
So basically we've got Despair, Danganronpa, and Sonic
Frontiers.
Sonic Frontiers,
Yeah,
sorry.
you mean Frontiers. Yeah.
Heed this warning well. Now fuck off.
Calamity? Okay, maybe we should turn around?
Haunted with memories most terrifying.
It sounds like it's warning us about potentially unleashing Bazella herself, honestly.
Do you think it means Bazella?
I wonder.
If we continue on to the beginning, will we end up finding the real Bazella?
No, we'll just find Final Fantasy, Danganronpa, and Sonic Frontiers.
That is a hodgepodge.
Well, if it's the beginning, wouldn't it be the first Final Fantasy?
Yes.
Well,
Or maybe Stranger of Paradise?
Someone
Considering
buried the NES
it's heavily
cartridge.
themed around, mostly witches and, people trying to combat them, I guess. Got a distant prequel to 8.
yeah.
Sure.
But Bazella is the one responsible for the appearance of witches and all other misfortunes we've seen so far. Yet what's written on this slate seems to say the opposite. It's almost like Bazella was actually sealed away.
So there you go, you're not Bazella then.
Bazella speaking with K's instead of C's.
Well, yes, there they are. She's not Espella, she's not Bazella then.
And long ago, someone must have been able to break that seal and release her.
Maya,
Guys,
where are you
guys,
looking?
People in media, I've told you this a million times. Don't feel your evil creatures. Kill them.
Pedro, it's a problem for the next couple of generations. We can clean our hands out like that.
Yeah, leave
Guys,
it to the kids.
what should we do?
What to do indeed?
Okay, Knuckles, ...
I say we go on.
Okay, I do
What
like...
else are we gonna do?
I do like this cool thing about how with each room that we progress through, we get like first Phoenix's objection theme, then Layton's first theme here. It's an interesting bout of progression.
Don't we all agree that we would seek out the truth no matter what?
Why does Layton have 2 themes?
I think one is more so, well, okay, the second one is definitely used for kind of as more epic moments, where his first theme is used for kind of like, you know, his general sense of being.
Meanwhile, Phoenix Wright doesn't get any theme.
I literally have 2 in this game.
We had this conversation a couple of parts ago.
I will say this. I will say this, Pedro. I think I prefer his second theme in this game.
Oh, sure. Well, the thing is, Webs, in the main series, Phoenix doesn't have like a specific theme. Themes are not really well. Okay, there's no actual Phoenix Wright theme. Instead, there's an objection theme, which people tend to say, "Oh, that is the objection theme is Phoenix's theme." Well, yeah, you can debate that, but technically, it's not called Phoenix Wright. Like
some people also tend to forget that it's also used for both Mia and Edgeworth as well when they're making objections in Trials and Tribulations.
If crossovers have to do anything,
so technically, Phoenix doesn't have his own character theme, but that's okay because we usually associate the tell the truth and objection themes with him. So
to be fair,
if other crossovers are anything to go by, his normal theme is more like, I forgot which one specific, Jovah, because it's both used by Project Cross Zone 2 and Marvel.
The first objection theme and the first cornered theme.
Yeah.
Whereas, however, starting with the new trilogy, he did get themes that were considered his own, respectively.
Basically, sorry, go on.
The Seal of the Leviathan. It refers to this river because
shut up.
I don't know. The river tastes like Leviathan or something.
And we can wash the moss off Luke along the way.
Jovah is right because at the beginning of Dual Destinies, when Phoenix is literally dressing his suit, even though there's no objection of any kind, they play his objection theme from that game, kind of implying that that's his theme.
Which, okay, to be fair, aside from, obviously, Noriyuki Iwadare probably having a bit of favoritism towards Trials and Tribulations' soundtrack for a reason that I can't imagine whatsoever besides the fact that he goddamn made it, I guess, to be fair, Trials and Tribulations is seen as Phoenix properly becoming the senior attorney that he's meant to be. More on that later, because now it's time for a game of Crash Bandicoot. An enormous monster is after Luke. Touch the bomb icons on the touchscreen to drop a bomb in the monster's path and hinder its progress. Find the path that
Luke is having an awful day.
After they have been dropped, touch the golden bomb to deliver the final blow. Keep in mind, you cannot tread the same path twice.
Hey Maya, maybe try throwing the moss at that monster.
Maybe it's because of a monster.
Yeah, okay. I can imagine how well this would read in universe. Interesting puzzle here. A young child is to be chased by a giant monster.
Why is this happening to me?
I don't know. I just read the puzzle and then it just happened.
How many bombs does it take to take down this bloody wanker?
That's a joke, I guess.
How are bombs even here in the first place?
Yeah, it was relatively easy.
I guess, just for the sake of not having Luke die.
Yeah, I survived.
Fantastic! The beginning is the most important part of these types of puzzles. Show how strong and you have nothing to fear. That is one thing. If you start in the wrong area with this puzzle, you're gonna get boned.
Obviously.
Seriously, that's such a weird transition. We go from what's this puzzle here? Oh shit, giant monster! Ah!
Like, holy cow.
It's the Curious Village roots peeking a little bit, you know, with the whole, where the puzzles don't exactly match what's going on in the story, basically.
Hey, there's something under the water. It looks like a stone path.
Could this be a puzzle?
Yes, don't go into it, otherwise we'll end up like Alexander from King's Quest 6.
Oh dear.
You're right, Maya, but it doesn't look safe to cross with that current.
You don't think we could somehow raise these platforms up and use them to get across, do you?
Don't just wander, Alexander. Let your conscience be your guide.
Well done, my boy. It would seem you have discovered another puzzle.
Of course we have.
I believe these seals mentioned in the text are actually puzzles, because
of course they are.
Professor, would it be alright if I gave this puzzle a try?
No, it's not.
Oh, come on, let's let her try.
Professor, I thought... Yeah.
No need to worry, Espella. The professor will get us across in no time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm doing it.
I want to do my part to help out too.
You've barely helped out at all. All you've been doing is moaning about being the great witch.
Oh, so you complain about me not helping out so much, and then you don't want me to help when I offer?
Go ahead.
Please let me help out. I must repay your kindness.
You have to scream. I must repay your kindness.
She's like shaking violently.
Espella?
Jesus.
It's like I said, you complain about me not helping, then you don't want me to help when I offer help? Fuck you guys, I'm not paid enough for this.
When you do help, you're bloody useless.
Hey, hold on. It's Layton who mainly does the complaining. I recall thanking you when you helped me out during the Golden Courtroom turnabout.
I need to apologize.
I know, Phoenix, I'm not talking to you.
But you said you guys, it hurt my feelings.
And for that, you have my thanks.
I'm sorry.
Now then, we shall
Fuck you,
leave this puzzle
Professor.
to you. I hope I'm leaving it to you now, aren't I?
Okay, thank you so much. I won't let you down, Professor.
And all it took was Espella screaming her lungs out at you.
Now you're the one complaining when I say
What's
you
a
can
therapist?
do stuff.
Oh, you know, I think a therapist would help out this entire town. Anyway, there are 3 large platforms leading across the river. Each platform is being weighed down by large pieces of stone. Moving a stone block onto a platform will add additional weight and cause it to lower. Likewise, removing a stone block will cause it to go higher, due to the fact that, obviously, the heavier ones will weigh them up and down.
I want to fly high?
Basically. But yeah, to mention quickly what I was alluding also before, to give an example, back when the first Dissidia came out, my knowledge of Final Fantasy was only limited basically from, let's say, 6 onward. Basically. I knew what they existed in the previous chapters, but I never got to actually play properly myself or even knowing much about it. Firion ended up being basically my favorite character in general, even if I knew nothing about him, and that immediately allowed me to actually check his game out, even if I knew so little information about him. Because remember, I played the original Japanese version without knowing much what the characters were saying, because, you know, finding my ways to play that early on.
Anyway, that's Espella's puzzle animation.
Yeah, we've seen it already.
We saw it once before.
Oh yeah, we did.
It was a little while ago.
It's more of a case, but I think crossovers should also be advertisement and involve people to check their source material more than anything.
I definitely agree.
I did want to say that earlier. There was, like, having throwaway lines to plot things from other series does make people more interested in them, so...
That was quite remarkable, Espella. Extremely well done.
I knew you could do it, Espella.
And that will be the last puzzle you do.
Or will it?
I don't take back that fuck you.
The civilization that once existed here must have been quite advanced, considering the mechanisms used on these platforms. It's like that species that we won't mention.
The
I can't help but
yes.
I bet there will be a clue to that somewhere up ahead, Professor.
I'm just gonna say this without spoiling, I really do get the feeling they were gonna have them be a factor, but to elaborate would be to spoil, so wait till later. So this must
like
be the seal
less than
of
20 parts away from the ending, anyway.
And then Monokuma comes out.
Looks like,
You know, it's probably best we don't look down that bottomless pit. Not unless you want a one-way trip into darkness.
Don't worry, Maya. Patches is not around to kick you in.
You know, this part of the game is starting to feel a lot like the climax of A Plague Tale Requiem.
Huh. You don't say.
About the rats.
Well, yeah, without the rats. Yeah.
I mean, we're in a sewer. There's probably rats down here.
This too is a puzzle.
Uh-oh, this bad boy is all mine. I read that wrong.
Basically, in that game, we explore caves to discover the original source of the plague.
Oh, now it seems you both got into the spirit of things. In that case, how about you both tackle this puzzle together? I'm sure you two will solve it marvelously.
All right.
The two assistants were working together.
Hooray!
Leave it to us.
If I recall correctly, we have like a custom animation for solving both the puzzles at the same time.
They do, yeah.
Yes.
One for Maya and Luke, and one for Phoenix and Layton. Sadly, not one for Maya and Layton and one for Phoenix and Luke, but given the circumstances, I guess they just didn't want to include those. Yeah, alas. There's a bridge across the crevice. Unfortunately, the pathway is cut off halfway through. Pulling a set of levers can rotate the segments of the bridge, rotate the segments to align the pathway, and find a way across. So yes, literal teamwork is needed here. Luke will need to rotate the tiles in time and proper way so that Maya can get through. If he does it wrong, it will spell her doom. Simple enough.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to the path puzzle that Oliver and Esther have in Kuni 1, where you have to control both characters.
Cute puzzle.
Indeed.
Nope. There you go.
There goes Chibi Maya.
Let's do it, Miss Maya. Just what I'd expect from the professor's apprentice.
You did it! Let us press on. I'll say this.
Thank you, Miss Canadian, American, Japanese, whoever.
We did it! We fixed the bridge. Now we can go on to the last seal.
Wow, I'm impressed. No one has made a single animal seal joke.
Okay, time to focus. Just keep staring straight ahead, and whatever you do, don't look down.
Yep, I'm looking down.
Just make sure you don't go jumping around on that thing. I don't think my heart could take it.
Okay, I'll skip.
Correction, it's actually shoot.
But, Mr. Wright, it's really nice and steady. Look!
And why are you doing the button dance again?
Cut that out, Luke! Seriously, you're gonna give me a heart attack!
I'm gonna take this as a gigantic Shrek reference and just move on.
Yes.
They're so full of energy, aren't they, Professor?
They almost falling down.
This is a precursor to what would happen in Trials and Tribulation.
Keeping our spirits up for bode well for our investigations, as long as they don't end up falling down.
What was that line in Spider-Man No Way Home, Jovah? You should be careful where not to fall, or something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines.
This is the final one, right?
Indeed. The gates of destruction will open once the seal of sages is broken.
I'm sure nothing could go wrong from opening these gates of destruction.
Luke, did you time travel forward 10 years and get Sonic Frontiers?
Yes! In fact, I think my future self might be waiting for you in an underground version leading to the future city.
But Luke, we established that your future self was actually Clive.
Spoilers!
Yeah, we're not at that game yet, timeline-wise.
That didn't exactly scream, I can't wait to do this puzzle, Nick.
Babe, it's puzzle time. Yes, dear. Would you hush up? I'm trying to play it cool.
Hey, take a look at those two square recesses in that pedestal.
It looks like a PlayStation Square button.
2 square recesses. That episode when that guy doesn't like TJ, and then recess all grow down. Truly square if I ever saw them.
Wait, there was
one of those is a movie, but I get your point.
It looks like they were there for some purpose. I wonder what it could be.
Just to have a nice little sit down. This is a puzzle that cannot be solved by one person alone. Excuse me. I believe we must combine our strength if we are to have any hope of opening that door. How fitting that the final seal should present us with such a formidable challenge. I mean, it's scaling late and things get harder.
AKA, finally time to show off Phoenix and Layton working together on a puzzle.
Mr. Wright, I have no doubt that together we can solve this puzzle. Shall we begin?
I'm ready when you are, Professor.
God forbid a bench just be a bench.
It's a step bench.
The professor's a puzzle-solving expert. I just hope I don't slip up too much. Come on, Phoenix, that's just a self-loathing talking. Although, I do want to take...
To be fair, Phoenix has always had a little hinge of insecurity in him. Like,
a little?
61, Seal of Sages. Let's take turns reading paragraphs, Mr. Wright.
Sure.
There are 4 stone slabs and a pedestal with 2 recesses. Each stone slab has a different symbol.
Place a slab in each recess and check to make the seal on the door light up. Each slab will reflect a different symbol to the wall.
Find the combination of slabs that will correctly light up the seal.
And then
God,
we have
the eyes, Phoenix. Jesus, put that thing away.
I know, right? Holy cow! What happened?
Again, it's like that fan alteration of Catriel that gave her Layton's beady eyes. Some designs just are not meant to have beady eyes.
Anyway,
yeah.
I do want to take this moment to say a thing about Phoenix, though. I do get frustrated when people tend to think that he's dumb because of all the silly shenanigans he gets called out on stuff here and there, some of which isn't his fault here and there. Now, granted. I do not think that was Takumi's intention. I do think that, unfortunately, some people tend to think that, oh, he's just a dumb guy who gets lucky every now and then. Except, no. Phoenix is actually really dang smart when you think about it. Consider this. He has to deal with a lot of his courtroom stuff on the fly here. A lot of people would crumble in his position on that regard when you get down to it.
The thing about Phoenix is that he's smart, but he's of course also supposed to have a bit of insecurity about himself as well, and he's supposed to also be the guy who is smart but makes mistakes here and there on a more often basis than compared to whereas Herschel, like I said, he's meant to be Sherlock Holmes, so he's meant to be the guy who solves everything with all ease. So again, they're different characters.
It's funny.
The basic gist of it.
It's funny because his great ancestor actually worked along flipping Sherlock Holmes, so...
You mean Sherlock Holmes, Jovah?
We all know who he really is.
Yeah, we all know. There's even already fan mods too that changed the writing to actually give him the proper name.
I wonder if we'll actually just call him Sherlock Holmes and Iris, of course, Iris Watson instead of Iris Wilson.
Woo, way to go. I knew you guys could do it.
I will say this.
I'm sorry, go on.
Yes?
Well, the thing is, there's voice acting in the game, so the voice acting is always going to disparage, even if we alter the text.
Yeah, true, that's a good point. Phew! Glad we got past that one. I wonder what's on the other side of this door. I will say this. I am glad that Great Ace Attorney is a spiritual successor to this crossover. That being said, I certainly would not mind another crossover. Who knows? Maybe an Apollo Justice versus Catriel Layton, or a Phoenix versus Professor Layton too.
Oh, speaking of Great Ace Attorney, it's been a while, but I've started the second case of the game, and one thing I will say without spoilers, I wasn't a fan of how it started.
Okay, Dwibs. Like Blue Blood said on SSMB, do not judge that case by any means on its own. Trust me, Takumi's got you covered with a plan here in that regard.
Yeah, that case is going somewhere. It just takes its sweet-ass time getting to it.
Let me put it like this. Think of the collection as one big collective game. In fact, it literally is one big collective game now, thanks to the localized Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, and honestly, as much as it sucked that we had to wait that long to get it, I do think we got it in quite possibly the best way possible.
Oh, we did, definitely. Because I would have been pissed off if I paid full price for the original game on the 3DS.
It's not like the rest of the ruins at all. It's actually really well preserved.
Maybe I was right, and this is where the storyteller keeps his porn stash. I wonder if someone else came here before us.
Come on, guys. I think we can relax a bit. Especially after that puzzle that almost made Nick pass out.
You just revel in my misery, don't you?
It's funnier that way.
After all I've done for her...
You know, I honestly thought Bozzella would come charging at us the second we open the door and turn us all into frogs.
No, you need to wait for the fog gate to, properly show up.
Think to yourself, Phoenix. Don't you think there should be some reciprocity in this relationship? This relationship does seem like there's a lot more for her than for you.
You're telling
also,
me.
Also, if I don't focus on Nick's trauma, then I have to think about my own, and I can't have that.
Damn it, she has a point.
But she's freaking out, Luke, then.
So, looks like Bazel's a no-show, huh? Sorry, everyone.
I suggest we scour the room for any potential clues.
So what you're saying, Maya, is that you're a low-key bully.
I mean, she does pick on him a little bit.
I mean, she just like playing tricks.
A low-key bully.
Well, I mean, she is a trickster, so maybe she is kind of like Loki.
She made Luke wear moss, so there are flower petals floating on the water. They look like, yeah, whatever.
Now that I think about it, this water is probably flowing in the water from its surface.
The water is glowing so brightly. There's no need for torches here.
The waters feel so bright.
Another reason, note, all of you are sterile now from the radiation.
God damn it!
I don't want kids anyway.
Well, too bad, you're getting two.
Are those things serpents? Maybe dragons. Those vines have become quite overgrown. They're covering this altar from top to bottom.
It's like that scene from Conan the Barbarian where he's describing the emblem of Khazad-dûm. Like, two snakes coming together.
These two creatures on the wall are probably there to watch over whatever was on the altar.
You sure?
These stairs just suddenly end.
I don't think that's it, Maya. It must have
It must have been something pretty important for them to build a room around there.
Sorry, I have
to swallow some of that moss.
I know that. Oh, I know how this goes. The two things in front of that altar go. Okay, one of us will say a truth, the other will say a lie. It's up to you to discover who says which.
So when
sorry, go on.
When does David Bowie get involved then? What's up with this pedestal? It looks a bit strange. It looks like something is missing.
Well, Jovah, there is kind of a character in this game that is a kind of a man that kind of sold the world.
Huh.
Kind of.
I guess.
It would appear something quite large once stood here.
Something large?
Oh my god,
Yes,
it was
I just
Bazella's. She's a large woman.
That's what I just said.
look over there! Above the shrine!
Oh, now I have to wonder why everyone has a problem with her.
They're cowards.
What's that? It looks like there are marks all over the wall. They are cowards, yes.
Wait, a problem with who?
Bazella being a large, tall, voluptuous woman.
Oh, that.
In reality,
well,
it's the Inquisition that's doing fat shaming.
Whoever's on this pedestal must have done this thing.
It seems wherever has been taken away for some reason. I wonder why.
The inscription on this stone plaque could perhaps offer us a clue. Although...
Kinda would be jive if we literally came here to get Pummel.
I'm afraid the words of this inscription are somewhat ancient.
Come on, you're the professor. Surely you can
so-
translate
I
anything.
bet you not even the TARDIS could translate
The
this.
tablets say, there is nothing here.
Okay.
So you can't read what it says.
Okay.
To awaken Bazella, insert the correct CD.
Yes.
Quite a different story if I were to be able to... What CDs?
The code to defeating
Oh my God.
the code to
Really?
defeating Bazella is in fact these very inscriptions.
Yeah, I can read it.
Up, down, down, left, right, B, A, and start.
So what is it?
I got it, Shirai. There's a recording and it says, hey, people who reach this altar, turn the tape to side B.
It seems that the previous inhabitants of these ruins were responsible for this inscription. While the inscription itself would appear to provide yet another mystery to be solved. Allow me to read it aloud.
Drink your Ovaltine.
Son of a bitch.
The former inhabitants of these ruins created a bell out of pure silver as a tribute to the gods they worshipped here.
It begins
Yes.
again.
So they made a giant silver bell? That's actually pretty impressive. No! It's not! Oh.
Alright, hey, I'm not a metallurgist, but isn't silver...
Oh my god,
made
Jovah, I
from-
just realized.
However, when the bell was rung, it did not summon a god, but instead
Teo.
an
Oh,
evil
no,
demon.
they gotta use
Wow,
it.
kinda messed up there, didn't we?
This evil demon brought upon this world a great catastrophe, causing considerable damage to the land.
I wonder who that demon could have been.
I just realized. The people who developed this silver bell are the same morons who developed that stupid bell made of gold and Hunchback too.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
you mean the
with
one with
diamonds
jewels inside? That makes way too much sense.
Those that survived the incident dubbed it the Bell of Ruin and sealed it within this very... See, why did they just destroy these things?
And by the way, directors of that movie, a bell won't ring if it's made of gold. That's not how it...
Well, no.
Then they fled in fear of the curse placed upon this land by the demon.
Okay. A bell being made of
contains
gold...
one final warning.
A bell being made of gold isn't the problem. It's the jewels inside that were the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, one final warning. To those who have gained entry into this sanctum, heed our words.
Because you clearly didn't before.
You must not ring the Bell of Ruin. That is as much as I can gather.
Maya, if we find the bell, don't ring it.
Yeah, again, I'm not an expert on metallurgy, but isn't like also silver a bit too, not necessarily malleable, but able to be deformed by something like a bell, you know, ringing?
I suppose the logic is that they refined it enough.
Professor,
Again, I'm not an expert on this.
could this have anything to do with Espella?
I cannot say for sure, Luke. After all, demons and witches are two very different concepts.
And in the background,
you
there's
sure?
Maya wants-
Because
and then the
Madoka
background, Maya's trying
Magica seems to suggest that they're one and the same.
True.
However, perhaps there is a chance that the two are connected in origin through this legend.
You've learned
And
about
in
the
the
Bell of
background-
Ruin.
And then in the background, Maya's trying to touch the bell, and well, Phoenix like, Maya, here, play with this ball.
Origin, Professor?
Think back to what was written. What followed the Great Catastrophe?
What followed the Great Catastrophe?
You
No,
must mean the curse placed upon this land part,
Ah,
right?
yes, the release of Detroit Become Human. Okay.
I imagine that when the bell was rung, it must have summoned, quote, something.
Yes, a
unquote.
terrible David Cage game.
What sort of curse could that have been?
You.
Espella.
You.
The worst thing imaginable. French people.
Professor, do you want some help getting that fucking huge broomstick out of your ass? Jesus.
And
But
what was
but it's
this
my
great
spine.
catastrophe brought upon by the demon?
It's replaced my spine.
I want to see Layton being the victim of a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Wait, could it be?
Yeah, you're thinking small.
And
clearly.
here we go.
The fire that destroyed the entire town?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear. Remember what that inscription said? About possibly unleashing
great.
some memories?
Great Catastrophe.
Remember.
I'll find her if I have to burn down all of Labyrinthia.
Simba.
Huh?
Remember who you are. Oh wait, sorry. Wrong mortal.
Espella, what's wrong?
Uh-oh.
Well, that's really confusing. I wish my dead father would show up and give me some kind of profession. Simba. Thanks. That explains everything.
No, nothing's wrong.
I just heard voices. That's perfectly fine if Square Enix has taught me anything.
What voice is
Are you
telling me?
sure?
Sorry. Go on.
You don't have to put on a brave face for us. Tell us if you're not feeling good, okay?
Maya, the voices tell me I'm feeling good. The voices always tell me. They never stop.
Yes, of course. I feel what
yeah.
the voices tell me to feel.
That
Exactly,
still
see?
has me wondering, what exactly was the catastrophe that happened a long time ago? Because keep in mind, as far as these guys know...
I can only think of one thing in Labyrinthia that could be called a catastrophe. The legendary
was-
fire.
The justice system? Well, that too. Of course, both the Bell of Ruin and the Legend of Bezella must be... Bellzella.
Also, too, you're thinking small. Clearly, Layton should have a fatality that's like odd job throwing his hat. Am I right, Boobs?
Yeah, probably.
The legendary fire.
Oh boy.
Do you remember now, Espella?
Oh my god, it's the bad guy from Shadow of the Colossus!
Oh,
Dormin.
Dun, 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 dun.
It sounds just like him, too.
Allow me to remind you.
Well, Dormin had male and female voices. This is just a female voice with a
Oh, nice.
Oh, the deeper one sounds a bit like a male voice.
So,
It's
in
just
the
one,
remake,
Jovah.
well, remember, Joe, in the remake, it's a female voice. So.
So many years
More the predominant one.
So what did she do then?
I know what you did. You snuck those 40 cakes, you bad girl. That's terrible.
Oh, so it's like in Little Nemo.
Oh boy, so yeah. The cavern was not kidding about reawakening some terrible memories.
That being said, damn, Nishihura's music is awesome.
Oh yeah, no, like, and none of...
I've said it before and I'll say it again. This game, this soundtrack to me is both the best Layton soundtrack and best Phoenix Wright soundtrack at the same time.
Espella, are you alright?
No, what do you
What do
think?
you think, Maya?
No, I am. That's right. I am Espella.
Well, crap. Well, to be fair, Dwibs, her eyes literally did just glow red, so maybe she's onto
No,
something.
stop, come back.
Well, I mean, this is like the fourth time she's done this throughout the game.
Meanwhile...
The storyteller.
Man, that plot twist is amazing. Man, am I good.
You're a horrible dad.
Also,
You are
where
very
you
much the
supposed-
leader of the Shit Fathers Club.
Where are you supposed to have a parade?
No, it's okay. He's just
can't
waiting.
s- Well, have you seen the weather? Come on, dude.
So, update on the mystery.
Sweater.
Update
Oh,
on
two
two
mysteries,
mysteries. Oh wait, no, three.
Mysteries.
Oh god, slow down, game.
Alright, there we go.
Only one actually unresolved.
So let's read
Mysteries
them.
for the price of
Let's read
one.
them, really.
The mural hidden under the Great Archive and the remains lying below the forest are from the same period. They both bequeath a record of a great calamity.
I feel someone's will leading us towards shit.
Oh dear. Seeing the appearance of the bell tower as some kind of sign, Belduke set out to reveal this town's mysteries, along with the truth behind the witches. Surely clues to these mysteries lie here.
The bell tower appeared. God damn it!
It would appear the previous inhabitants of the region built these underground chambers to seal up the Bell of Ruin. They also left an inscription to warn others before leaving the area.
Espella appeared at my study, full of fear. I do not know who she is or where she has come from, but I wish to. I had 3 more paragraphs.
Almost as if she was possessed.
Oh dear.
She kept murmuring, "I'm the great witch Bezella," over and over and over again. She took off running when we tried to calm her down. We tried going after her, but she lost us.
We couldn't animate this bit, so
The forest.
Yeah, this feels like, by the way, we were supposed to do this, but we could only summarize it.
Which, given how we're getting close to the climax, really does lead me to think that the ending got changed.
The knights would be sure
Yeah.
to
Among some other things.
Oh,
That
it's abundantly clear that a lot of stuff got changed.
That being
Especially
said,
in the last part.
that being said though, folks, despite what may come at the very end, do fasten your seatbelts because we are still in for some exciting and rip-roaring
We
action.
only scratched technically and stuff.
anything I could hear.
I'm in a big rainstorm, eh?
We didn't know it
Yes.
at the time.
There's a storm coming, Mr. Layton.
It was a sign
Oh
of
snap.
the terrible
That's all.
things that were to come.
Hey, look. If Ace Attorney's taught me anything, the worse that things are in story, the more fun they are gameplay-wise. So that means we're in for a fun time, guys.
Oh, no.
Alright then, so yeah, folks. In the next part, we finally go back to Labyrinthia. But let's just say the events that are about to occur are heavy, to say the very least.
Yeah.
Indeed.
See you then.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.